This is K. Esther Rani, Biology CRT, KGBV from Anantapur Rural. Okay, children, I hope all of you are fine and ready to learn the new lesson from 9th class, Animal Tissue. Just I want to revise main points to you from first and second lessons. Cell is the basic unit of an organism. A group of cells forms as tissue. A group of tissues forms as an organ. A group of organs forms as an organ system. A group of organ systems forms as an organism. Mainly, organisms are divided into two. Number 1, animals. Number 2, plants. In the first lesson, you had learned cell structure, various organelles present in the cell and their functions. As well as in the second lesson, you had learned about types and functions of plant tissue. Like plant tissue, today we have to learn about animal tissue. Before we go to the lesson, just you have remember and enlist the organ systems we had in our body. Very good. I hope you remember the organ systems. They are digestive system, respiratory system, excretory system, circulatory system, reproductive system, skeletal system, muscular system, endocrine system, and nervous system. As we remember, all these systems are made by some group of organs. These organs are made by some group of tissues. For example, some tissues cover and protect the body. Some helps in the movement and carry information like responses to stimuli. Okay, now we will try to learn more about the animal tissue. Majorly, animal tissues divided into 4 types. They are epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscle tissue, and nervous tissue. Epithelial tissue. Epi means outer. Thelium means tissue. So, it is outer tissue. Children, see the diagram. How are the cells arranged? Yes, they look like continuous sheath. Are there any intercellular spaces? No, there is no intercellular spaces. This epithelial tissue is present in the skin, lining of mouth, lining of blood vessels, lung alveoli, and tubules of kidney. In our school laboratory, generally, we have to observe under the microscope which are available things or we observe the slides. But I am sorry, in the online class, I can't show you lively so that I have to explain through the diagrams. Please listen carefully. Epithelial tissue, again it is divided into 3 types. Squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, and columnar epithelium. Squamous epithelium. Squamous epithelial tissue is thin and flat. It forms a delicate lining. We found this tissue in esophagus, lining of mouth, lining of blood vessels, and lung alveoli. It transports substances selectively occurs through permeable membrane. Especially in the skin, these cells are arranged in the form of layers. So, this is called stratified squamous epithelium. I repeat once again, children. It is thin and flat. It forms a delicate lining. It is located in esophagus, lining of mouth, lining of blood vessels, and lung alveoli. It transports substances selectively, occurs through permeable membrane. Especially in the skin, these cells are arranged in the form of layers. So this is called stratified squamous epithelium. Okay, children, let me ask one question. If our skin burns or wounded, which tissue would affected? Yes, striated epithelial tissue. Cuboidal epithelium. The second type of epithelial tissue is cuboidal epithelium. Observe the diagram carefully, children. How are the cells arranged? Yes, they arranged of a single layer of cells whose dimensions are more or less or equal in all directions. They located at lining of the organs or tubules or other parts. These tissue provide mainly the mechanical support. I repeat once again, children. Cuboidal epithelial tissue arranged of a single layer. It is located at lining of the organs, tubules or other parts. It is provide mainly the mechanical support. Okay, children, now observe this diagram. How are the cells? Do you find any hair-like projections on the outer surface? These cells are taller than wide and placed side by side. Observe, children, there is a prominent nuclei are situated near the bases. They may have finger-like projections called microvilli. Yes, this is the third type of epithelial tissue called columnar epithelium. Especially these type of cells are located at where absorptions and secretions occurs. Think where we have absorptions and secretions in our body. Yes, in the internal structures of stomach and intestines. We know the skin also a kind of epithelial tissue. Not only that, our nails, hair, scales of fishes and reptiles, feathers of birds also grow from epithelium. But they are modified epithelial cells. Once again, I repeat, columnar epithelial tissues, these cells are taller than wide. They placed side by side. There is a prominent nuclei are situated near the bases. They have some finger-like projections called microvilli. Especially these type of cells are located at where absorptions and secretions occurs. They help to grow our nails, hair, scales of fishes and reptiles, feathers of birds. Okay, children, I hope you understand well about first type of animal tissue, that epithelial tissue. Now we have to learn the second type of animal tissue, that is connective tissue. The internal organs located at specific places because there is no displacement in organs due to the connective tissue. Connective tissue connect organs and muscles. It binding the tissues and organs together to provide a framework to support the organs. It transport material from one tissue to another. They help in body defense, body repair, and storage of fat. Connective tissue is also divided in 7 types of tissues: areolar tissue, adipose tissue, bone tissue, cartilage, ligament, tendon, and blood. Areolar tissue. This tissue joins different tissues. It helps in packing, keeps the organs in place. Areolar tissue cells are called fibroblasts. They are major components. These cells secrete fibrous material. This fibrous material holds the other tissue in position. They help in repair of the tissues when they are injured. See the diagram here. In this tissue, there is a mat cell, fibers as yellow elastic fibers and white fibers, phagocytes, and fibroblasts means the cells of areolar tissue. Especially these tissues attached to the muscles, to skin and bone, around blood vessels and nerves. I repeat once again, children. This tissue joins different tissues. It helps in packing, keeps the organs in place. This tissue cells are called fibroblasts. They help in repair of the tissues when they are injured. Children, before going to second tissue, let me ask one question. Think, why do old people shiver in winter than youngsters? Is there any insulator to escape of heat energy during winter? Now we go to the second connective tissue, that is adipose tissue. Adipose tissue. Adipose tissue is a fat storing tissue. It is located below the skin and between internal organs. The cells of adipose tissue is filled with fat globules. So the fat stored and acts as insulator. Yes, children, I hope you understand adipose tissue works as an insulator to prevent the loss of heat. I repeat once again, adipose tissue is a fat storing tissue. It is located below the skin and between internal organs. It is filled with fat globules. It acts as an insulator. Okay, tell me, is there any hard tissue in our body? Which tissue gives us a definite shape and structures to our body? Yes, very good. That is bone. You know, we will discuss about third connective tissue, that is bone. Yes, it forms the framework to support our body. It is so hard. It is a major component of the skeletal system of several vertebrates which are having spinal cord. It is made up of calcium phosphate and calcium carbonate. These two salts means calcium phosphate and calcium carbonate secreted by bone cells called osteocytes. These osteocytes are present in the bone marrow, which is present in the central hollow portion in the bone tissue. I repeat once again, children. Bone tissue forms the framework to support our body. It is so hard. It is a major component of skeletal system. It is made up of calcium phosphate and calcium carbonate. These two salts secreted by bone cells called osteocytes. These osteocytes are present in bone marrow. Okay, children, it is very interesting topic now. Why? Because all these tissues are within our body. Yes, really it's amazing. Okay, next we discuss another type of tissue called cartilage. Children, when you eat chicken or mutton leg pieces, you can't break the bone easily. But at the joints of the bone, tip of the ribs, you can chew easily, It is hard, but not as bone. Yes, that is cartilage. It is a soft bone. Okay, children, now press your tip of nose, external ears, trachea at the neck. How can you feel? Yes, they are hard, but not so hard. That is cartilage. Some of the embryos in vertebrates having cartilage. Do you know one thing? Shark-like fishes, even though they are vertebrates, their whole skeleton is made up with cartilage only. It is very important point to know. I repeat once again. Cartilage is a soft bone. The location of cartilage is tip of nose, external ears and trachea at the neck. Some of the embryos in vertebrates having cartilage, especially shark-like fishes, even though they are vertebrates, their whole skeleton is made up with cartilage only. Yes, children, all of us having bones, but how all these bones are connected at joints? Yes, to connect the bones at joints, there is another type of tissue, that is ligament. Ligament connects the bones at the joints. They hold the bones in position. Ligament is made up of numerous fibers. These fibers are made up of protein called collagen, which is very elastic in nature. I repeat once again, children. Ligament connects the bones at the joints. They hold the bones in position. It is made up of numerous fibers. These fibers are made up of protein called collagen. Okay, children, now I would like to ask another question. Do you know how muscles are attached to bones? You don't know? Okay, I will tell you, children. Muscles are attached to the bones with the help of another type of connective tissue called tendon. Tendon is also made up of fibers with protein called collagen, which is having elastic in nature. I repeat once again. Tendon helps muscles are attached to the bones. It is also made up of fibers with protein called collagen. Yes, children, I hope you are all excited to know all these tissues which are present in our body. Yes, it is so exciting to me also when I repeat all these things. And I would like to appreciate our Creator who creates our cells, tissues, organs, organ systems, and us. Children, there is one more connective tissue, that is blood, muscle tissue, and nervous tissue in this lesson. It is a vast topic, so that I would like to take one more class about remaining topics. I hope all of you enjoy in this class. Please attend the next class also. Don't miss. Thank you for watching. Learn well. All the best.